Previously on Metaphor ReFantazio. Makes me want to jump. I like try jumping off, but here I go. Bizzle, no! Yeah, that's probably how that would go. And now back to Shin Megami Hacker Persona Overlord. Full body HD remaster. NicoB! Back with some more Metaphor ReFantazio. When we last left off, oh my god, we're even fucking start, Jesus Christ. We finally make our way off the dank ocean and move to dank land as we make our way towards Altaberry, the snowy city full of a bunch of sanctus bitches who all love Forden and hate everybody else. With us coming up with a plan to assassinate Luis at the Opera House by chucking the spear at him on top of the chandelier and just hoping that nobody notices that. And despite Luis seemingly getting the drop on us, or at least realizing that we were not who we say we are, I guess. I think that's who he's taught. This white hooded dude is telling him right now. We caught him in the shop of the chandelier and chucked that bitch right at him. Oh, he said it, please. Oh, it actually hit him. I don't believe it. Fuck me right in my nipple. Blah. Is he dead? Oh no, he's not dead at all. He just fucking casually walked up here. I even put my cape back on. Pretty cool, right? Anyway, I'm gonna kill you now. Unfortunately for him, he is insanely hurt from having a spear literally chucked into his chest. So honestly, he doesn't really do a whole lot. So he beat his ass. And then Yufa does the coolest shit ever where she calls the spear, flies past him. I catch it. Booyah, grandma. We got Luis shish kebab. But then Luis with the last word is like, you dumb bitch, you killed the wrong guy. Blah. Ford comes out, is like, whoa, okay, cool, thanks. I guess I'm gonna hold on to this thing for now. And we're like, all right, the prince is saved, right? Damn it! But it seems Forden clearly had some kind of hand to play in what happened with the prince, as he had knowledge that he shouldn't have. So I've had now a couple of days to sit on this, all right? Because there was just a lot. My mind has been racing, and I've been just like fucking theorizing and just thinking and like, this is probably a unique position because I doubt anybody who got to this point in the game actually stopped what they were doing. We're like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna stop playing here. Only fucking psychopaths and Let's Players like me probably did that. And I definitely didn't want to stop, all right? I didn't want to, but that was already over 2 hours. But it did give me some chance to go back and look over some stuff and review some things. And I do think I had figured out potentially who the hooded guy is at the very least. But then if that is true, then it leads to other questions. But so when I went and looked back at like some of the footage, you could sort of barely see the face of the hooded guy. And I noticed that he seemed like he had like some like kind of like darkish lipstick on. And I was like, who else do we know that has that or had that? And my mind went, oh, right. Fucking Zorba, the necromancer guy. So I went back to one of the earlier episodes to listen to what his voice sounded like because I haven't heard him in forever. And his voice does sound pretty similar to the guy who was talking. He had a very thick, I think kind of Scottish accent, I believe. He didn't talk a whole lot here. And I couldn't hear his accent like quite as well. It wasn't quite as intense, it seemed like here, but he also didn't really say a whole lot. But last time we saw Zorba, we saw him fall off the building, right? We beat him, right? And he was dying, and then he like fell backwards off the building, and then in like one last desperate hurrah, summoned the human, right? That was the day of calamity, and then the human came alive. We had to fight him, right? But we didn't see a body. So that motherfucker might have lived through that. And if that's the case, it would make sense that he would know that we were not who we say we were, right? Because he has actually seen us. He's actually fought us. And clearly he's still working for Luis. I also feel like what this potentially could be leading to is him maybe bringing Luis back from the dead, because he's literally a necromancer. That's what he does, right? I feel like this will probably have side effects, right? Some kind of side effects on Luis. Like he may not be the same person or as he was before. I feel like there has to be some drawbacks to that. Otherwise, you know, it's like Maester Seymour all over again in Final Fantasy X, where that bitch just doesn't stay dead, right? Because I really do have a hard time believing that this is just the end of Luis. I really do. It could be where this game's going. I think this game is going of one of two ways. Either we are now shifting focus from Luis entirely and we're just done with him to switch over to Forden. Or we are maybe focusing on Forden for a little bit, but in reality, Luis is like on his way back through the help of Zorba. But here's a few things I don't understand. One, why is Zorba in the employ of Forden? has he always been working with him or pretending to be working with him? Because the thing is, like, it's hard to imagine that Forden would just have like a dude in a cloak and he wouldn't like be like, who the fuck is that? If it was like someone he didn't know, like one of his guys, unless he's just supposed to be, I guess, some jobber and Forden just doesn't think that far ahead. But I think Forden's smarter than that. I don't know. But here's the other thing. Does that mean then that Zorba was the one to cast the curse onto the prince? And does that mean if we had just managed to kill that bitch in the first chapter of the game, we would have solved all of our problems? That's sort of like a what if, right? What if it's Zorba? And two, what if he really was the one to put the curse on him? But then who gave the order? Was it Forden? So if that were the case, he'd been working with him for that long. Or was it Luis? In which case Luis did actually have a hand in some way in the prince's ailment. But it almost seemed like, I don't know, like just the way it all was set up, it almost felt like Luis didn't have a hand in it, you know? That's not like we were sort of insinuating at the end there, but that's just incorrect or a mix-up. It's all like, I don't know. I still have many questions here about what's going on and where the story could possibly go from here. I will say, I do hope that this is not necessarily the end of Luis, because I feel like we've really built him up to be a pretty interesting and captivating antagonist. So it would be a little disappointing, I think, if his story were to just end here. But at the same time, he's also fucking super dead. Like, he really seems like he should be dead. Which is why I think Zorba bringing him back could potentially make sense because he's a necromancer. But I do also wonder if all of this was to his plan to some way. But I'm like, could he really have thought to himself, oh, I'm gonna let them kill me and then have Zorba bring me back? Is that like, because that seems fucking insane. I don't know. Part of me almost thinks that we did get the drop on him because I don't know how Zorba would have known what our plan was, right? So even with that knowledge that, oh, we weren't who we say we were, it didn't really help him in that way. I don't think Luis would intentionally want to die. And just the fact that he was confused by why we wanted him dead as well, because that's the other thing. So let's say Zorba did curse the king, right? Or the prince. And if Luis was a part of it though, then he would have known about that, right? Like it wouldn't have been that surprised. I don't know, man. Or maybe the surprise is just simply, well, you idiot, you killed the wrong person. I did know about it. I was a part of it. I don't know. That's where I'm really unsure and kind of like confused. But we'll probably, hopefully, maybe get some answers or thoughts when we talk with Forden here in the next day. Anyway, this is what it's been going through my mind here the past few days. I've had some time to sit on this. And oh my God, dude, fucking mine was racing. It was great though. That whole assassination scene was awesome. And someone who really pointed out how fucking badass that shit was DSMI, who last episode said, Luis tanked a lance that pierced through him after it was thrown with extreme speed, resisted Yufa's attempt to recall it by keeping it inside him, eventually pulled it out himself, then willingly came up to the roof to accept a duel, inviting the opposition to fight with as many members as they wish. I can't help but imagine, after removing the lance from his body, Luis simply stared at it for a moment before saying, fascinating. Dude, you're so right. That's exactly like something he would do. Be like, wow, look at that. Like, there is something weirdly captivating about Luis, you know? Like that whole scene up there where he was just like, God, I'm so fucking impressed with you guys. Look at you. You fucking hurt the shit out of me. I'm dying, bro. And just for that, I'm gonna fight you now. Yeah, well, let's do this duel. Fucking throw as many of you guys at me as you want. Make sure to hit me as hard as you can. It's just gonna be awesome. You're like, I'm gonna fuck you up. It was something. I do wonder how much was like that. Here's the other thing too. Like, did he really intend to die? That's to me would be like fucking crazy if he really intended to die, because he did feel like he was holding back. But it might be he truly was just so injured that he couldn't do much to us. He didn't cast any magic, despite having that absolutely ridiculous, huge igniter around his neck. You know, all he did was do physical stuff. So it did feel like he was, I don't know, not totally fighting us fully, but I guess maybe that just might have been the insinuation. Maybe the magic would have been too much strain on him. But either way, it was still super fucking badass. Oh, and you guys also point out the treasures were all references to fucking Atlus games. Like the Grail was like the Yaldabaoth from Persona 5. There was the piggy bank for Kanashiro's palace, and there was a helmet from one of the Shin Megami games. And even the song that Juno was singing that I was barely paying attention to because I was just so like focused on the assassination plot was like, I am thou, thou art I. Ha ha. On the nose. I love it. But DSMI, thank you so much for your incredibly accurate comment about Luis. And is that reason you are comment of the day? Fuck, dude, I gotta know what's going on.
Could Forden truly have killed His Highness? The attack was by his hand. Must have our answers from him, no matter the means. The true robber behind the curse must be brought to justice and fast. His Highness's life is at stake.
If it truly ends up being that, like, Zorba was the one that did it, oh my god, it's gonna be so sort of horrendously ironic, because we, like, literally had the guy right there. We could have killed him. I'd almost even say it makes some level of sense because he's a necromancer too, and, you know, cursing is kind of his thing, right? So he would have a crazy curse like that. It's like, if I just killed you in the first chapter, that would have saved us so much trouble.
That's Luis.
Luis was by no means an innocent man, but we still killed someone we shouldn't have. It's not so much that I feel guilty, but I have a sense of foreboding. I hope it's only my imagination.
Forden, that cur. I really the church was not as pristine as presented, but this, if he truly was the man behind the attack, must reclaim the spear and swiftly. Finally taking down our greatest foe. Seems we can't celebrate just yet. I was naive to think taking down Luis would solve our problems.
We murdered Luis, but the prince's curse is unbroken. But there's so much to get here. Can't but feel conflicted. To make things worse, Rella seems to be hiding something. She's never been a very good liar.
Fucking hell, dude. Yeah, this shit was awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I think this whole last section, this whole last episode was just awesome, you know? It, like I said though, like now the real question is, well, okay, where do we go from here story-wise? And will it be satisfying and not feel a little like, because like, here's the thing, right? It's so hard for me to believe that Luis is not dead. Because he got fucking literally stabbed through the chest and fell hundreds of feet out of the sky and like lost a shit ton of blood. So it'd be like, well, he like Zorba went over to him and was like, well, and then told Ford, no, he's dead. But in reality, he was like, no, he was barely holding on. And I just had to give him a little something. It's like, I think that'd be a little bit of a stretch. But at the same time, him actually being dead and then being brought back also creates problems in a way that's like, bitch, you were like you start doing that, right? Again, at least to Maester Seymour, where that motherfucker will just keep coming back. Or could at least potentially could, you know? When you have the ability to literally erase death, I mean, I don't know. I mean, granted, again, we know that necromancy is a thing. I guess this technically happened, but we haven't had that be used necessarily for a major character. I don't know. That's why I'm just so, like, curious to see where things are going to go from here. All right, here we go.
Good night.
Good night.
Time marches on, and the age...
Yes, time does indeed march on. Wake the fuck up, Prince, you shithead! They clean up all the blood.
Now, let's get this year's Saints' Day Festival of Montario underway. We will begin with a few words from His Eminence, Sanctifex Forden.
You know, I guess he does have a fucking shit ton of church dudes back there. No, it's like, if one of them were to come up in a hood, he probably doesn't know every single one of them personally, right? So no, I feel like it probably is just Luis's dude who took the cloak of another guy and then just put it on and pretended to be one of Forden's dudes, right? Anyway, sorry. Just still theory crafting here.
Looks like Dracodios hasn't left his side.
Today is a day of great celebration.
Is it though?
A day to offer up our thanks to God. But first, an announcement.
I win.
Luis is dead. The royal family's murderer has been put to justice. Now much of the kingdom's trust lies with me. Even this king-defying lance is safe in my hands.
Is it though?
I would not see further bloodshed in endless, futile conflict. Is it not past time for reconciliation and open dialogue as a newly forged nation?
He's talking as if the race is already over. What about deciding the winner?
All but a formality now, isn't it? His Eminence has the overwhelming majority on his side. Better to establish peace now and crown Sanctifex Forden.
No. He would end the tournament here and now.
So he's just going to call the race while he's ahead? How convenient.
Yeah, because we essentially ended his biggest competition, his rival. We literally kind of handed the race to him on a silver platter.
But the throne's decided by the king, not this tournament.
Forden only had to abide by that when he had Luis to compete with.
Yeah.
If he ends this while he's this far ahead, we won't be able to reverse it.
Oi! The game's not over yet, you cocky bastard!
We only seek to submit to the will of the people. Though you would be wise to quit the race with all speed.
You hippie harpoon guy.
Forden for the throne! Then we will finally have peace! Hail His Majesty Forden! Long live His Majesty Forden!
Damn him. The people already believe him the victor. Tournament won or no, his dominance will soon be unshakable.
Let's go. We reclaim the lands now!
Now? Are you out of your mind?
Stroll, what are you thinking, dude? You're gonna run up there and just snag it out of his hand?
If he's going to keep it close to hand, we'll never have a chance to swap it out. We'll have to take it by force.
We have no choice. I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if this is a good idea.
Isn't it too dangerous?
Better we risk danger than inaction. If we miss this chance, we may never get another.
So you were after this lance all along? Loyalists indeed. How many more candidates must die by your hand?
His Magler is horrific, distorted. It's sickening.
What did you? How dare you, you pagan wretch! You would steal this holy lance for your own vile ends.
Damn.
That alone is treason against the kingdom, you filthy assassins.
Damn. Masks start to come off now.
Assassins? Then we're in good company. That night, you were the one behind the attack on His Royal Highness. You framed Luis for your crime and banished him from the palace. Do you deny it?
Precisely the sort of baseless claims I'd expect from desperate sinners.
Baseless, is it? In that case, shall we produce proof of your treason?
You waste your breath. What do your words matter now? The royal family is gone. Luis is dead. Only I remain. And only I am fit for the throne.
You vile traitor!
You call His Eminence a traitor? Preposterous! The Sanctifex is incapable of such deeds!
Your Majesty Forden, punishment to the disloyal. Charge these ruffians with your divine lance!
Yo, that's your divine lance? I don't care how evil you sounded there when you said all that shit.
Behold, the flock has spoken. Those who defy me are to be executed. Before you die, know that I am in your debt for killing Luis and handing me the crown.
I'm starting to think that maybe this is... If we're gonna fight Forden, are we gonna kill him too, or try to? Well, I mean, how can we? Actually, when I think about it, we can't. Unless he accepts a duel, we won't be able to hurt him. But technically, he wouldn't be able to hurt me either. But I'm like, maybe this part of what Luis wanted to. Maybe by doing this, he would let us kill Forden for him, right?
Del, what the hell's going on? I thought the prince's case was supposed to be off.
It's clearly not. The prince's assassination, the whole lot. It was all the Sanctists. It was all that bastard pulling the strings from the start. Wait, is that?
You! Identify yourself!
What? No fucking way. That is fucking Luis, isn't it? What?
Who are you?
We're at a festival. Should we not be festive?
Oh.
I've come to meet you, Forden.
Vies. Impossible. How could you have survived? Not that it matters. It falls to me to finish the job, then. Coming here sealed your fate. Hell awaits, and this time I'll make sure you stay there. Face your divine punishment, Louise! But why?
What?
It appears your sins outweigh mine.
What have you done?
That lance is counterfeit. Just like you.
Oh!
This is the true lance.
Oh!
You snake, Louise.
Fucking hell, I was in a Forden. What the fucking shit is going on, dude?
Did he just kill Sanctifex Forden?
No. Impossible.
Let's just run the fuck out of there.
Nothing to see here. The festival is cancelled. Cancelled.
Lord Luis is alive.
What's going on?
I fucking don't know, Fiducio.
You have heard the truth with your own ears. Forden was the vile mastermind behind the prince's assassination. For casting his sins upon me, for seeking to usurp the throne, I have passed due judgment. A tainted Sanctifex is unfit to rule. What's the matter? You seem lost for words.
What the fuck? Killed you.
You came back to life?
You believe me resurrected? Even if I could defy death, I care nothing for the prospect.
What? How? How did you live?
Then how? How are you alive? Forden's own attendant confirmed your death.
Okay, so that was a fake. But here's the thing. He's gonna be like, oh, well, he survived that. But how the fuck? How? We stabbed you in the chest. You were like you just stabbed Forden. And also, that's the second time we stabbed you. You fell through a hole in the ceiling, found hundreds of feet to the ground.
Forden's attendant? You mean that fellow?
Zorba?
Well, I called that at least. Whoa, Zorba, you looking hella fucking weird.
Back at the Grand Cathedral, I ordered the dead to recover my body if the need arose.
What the hell? Whoa, he's all jacked up on that dead juice.
I'd always intended for Forden to die by my hand, and the first step in his downfall was Zorba's infiltration.
Impossible. The lance pierced you through your very breastplate.
It did indeed. And frankly, I'm still impressed. Few could land such a decisive blow against me. But I'm afraid fate was on my side, not yours.
Mortal anatomy is my speciality. I knew at first glance that the wound was deep, but the heart was intact. Lord Luis is destined for far greater than this.
Bro, are you fucking kidding me? Okay, but the fall from hundreds of feet in the air.
So I devised a plan. I would proclaim his death and deceive both Forden and his flock. After that, it was simply a matter of magically regenerating his flesh overnight. Only a fool would expect him to die in such a place.
Would they though? What is it, only a fool? Or just a very logical person?
I could have emerged as soon as I'd healed. But where's the theater in that? Today is a day of celebration. The least I could do is offer a fitting death out of mercy.
Why'd you have the real lance? Wasn't it supposed to have gone to Forden?
Wee bit slow on the uptake, eh? I just told you, I was present for the inspection. It was hardly a difficult task to swap out your counterfeit.
So you knew the truth of it? No. Have you always been ahead of us, ever since the moment we thought Zorba dead?
A holy lance, a convincing prop. What does it matter? Had I truly died, it would simply indicate that I was never fit for my ambitions. Power is the only true arbiter. Behold the proof. Forden lies dead, and the lance is in my hand, just as planned.
You let us do as we pleased, even knowing the risks. You're insane!
Indulge me a question. You stole the magic formula from me. Surely you soon learned that it was useless. That's why you then resorted to killing the caster. You were desperate to lift the spell. Is that not so? In other words, the curse's victim still draws breath. For that reason, you sought to kill me even amidst this competition, even with the difficulty of the king's magic in your way. So, His Venerable Highness the Prince survived. Where is he? Speak or die.
Eat my ass, Luis. Why are you people still here?
Please, spare us!
No! Stop! Leave them be!
How quickly the Sanctus break rank and flee. Their flock left to die. This is Sanctism.
No! Stop him!
Don't!
Out of the way!
Patricia! Basiliana!
What?
Why?
Go! Run!
Come now.
Thank you. You protect them. Yet what value do they have to you?
It's not that! This is just wrong! It's wrong, me lord!
I see. So even you two are faltered.
For ding dong doodling, no!
Wake up!
I get it now. Only fair thing in this world is power. With it, you can take whatever you want in this life. Or so I thought.
Tell.
But you know, if all the weak get left behind, who's left to protect them? I've been an idiot. Sorry about that.
Stop talking, Del.
Oh.
I see it, you know. Our little diner. Music in the air. Yes, Grand. Look after Lady Juna.
Huh? Hey. Tell? Tell!
Jesus Christ! What the fuck is going on?
Pitiful. See what Brotherhood earned them.
Lord Louis. That's what it all comes down to for you, yeah? The strong are right, the weak are wrong.
It's funny how even Luis though in that moment there, he actually sounded pretty sad and incredibly disappointed. So even you two falter, right?
Doesn't matter what you were born into, there's fairness in that. We saw you as our hope. We thought that if you had a proper strong fella on top, he'd be able to put a stop to all the meaningless discrimination. But we had it wrong. You're no ray of hope. It doesn't matter to you. Killing anyone, it doesn't make you feel unclean. You're the kind of cold-blooded bastards we hate more than anything!
Do not concern yourself with this peon, Lord Luis. With my newfound power, I shall tear them limb from limb.
This way! Guards, hurry!
Where the hell have you been?
Step aside. You have important work to do.
Hey! Seize the criminals who murdered His Eminence!
We didn't do it, but we should probably still run. Basilio, come with us!
Shut up! What about Tell? You saw what that bastard did to him!
I will not let you die in vain. Your brother didn't do this so you could get yourself killed. For now, please flee with us.
Shit!
Come, make haste!
Oh, welcome back.
It went about as well as could be expected. We wanted something nicer for his grave, but they told us something like that's reserved for Sanctus tradition.
You can expect little else in Altabri. I apologize for not being present.
We've just gotten ourselves out of the public eye. If we had gone as a group, worst case, we'd have been turned in.
To be honest, I'm shocked that we even managed to get him buried.
I wish we could have mourned him at his home. It had to happen in the lap of the Sanctus Church of all places. I hear the Parapists typically prefer a more joyful send-off, with singing and celebration.
It's all right. Us soldier kids could never afford to be too picky. Tell knew he couldn't choose where to snuff it. The fact that you were there, Lady Juna, that's enough for us.
Basilio.
Best to leave him be for a while. He's just lost the only family he had.
By the way, have you checked the Farsight mirror? The curse might be...
Unfortunately, it still hasn't lifted. Guess that means it was someone other than Forden after all.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like it wouldn't just be Zorba then. You know? Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have been, because, like, there was no way that was Forden, but Forden would have been younger, but it wouldn't have been, like, it was, like, seemingly a much smaller, like a, you know, like, a child, probably, you know? Like, or at least someone the same age as Hulkenberg at the time.
But Forden brazenly admitted that he had been the mastermind. Luis was innocent of that crime, at least.
Someone must have cast it at Forden's command. Unless we can find and kill them in time. Damn it all!
We've more pressing problems at hand, don't we? Now Luis knows the prince is alive. Surely that's far from ideal.
The village is deep in the forest. It's not an easy place to find, even if you're looking. Going to the prince's side could be dangerous, so let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I guess he's around this area then?
But even if we sought the real culprit, we no longer have any leads to follow.
If I might make a suggestion, perhaps we should visit my sister again. She may have some insight on the Sanctus Church's past, but that's tomorrow's concern. As for tonight, we could all use some time to rest our hearts and minds.
Oh, look at you, kid. You look near dead yourself.
Tell? What?
Fidelio is a Jedi ghost.
Seems you made it out in one piece, though.
Are you alive? But back there, you... Don't tell me you pulled some bloody trick. Just like Luis. Bloody hell, Del. I thought I...
Basilio, sorry. From here on, you're taking the lead.
But why? I can't without you. Del, I only made it this far because I followed you.
Don't give me that. You're the strong one. Me, I never knew where I was going. Basilio, protect the weak. Swear you'll do it, not for me, but for yourself. If you can do that, I'll always be with you.
Man, these two end up having way more depth than I thought they would. Wow.
Don't give me that look. Well, this one's goodbye for now. You ready? Let's hear it, Basilio. You fight, but why?
Oh, Lodestar, ye grief-racked brother.
Oh,
fuck! Thou anguished traveler. Thy long stagnant stance hath finally been broken.
Ain't no way!
Choose thy path.
Basilio!
Not really a choice. It's back to the starting line.
Power of a god!
This time I'll lead. Ardell entrusted me with this chance. I've got to show him I've got this.
Thank you. Thou hast chosen a noble parting. O Lodestar, whose light reveals the king's own path. Henceforth, thy fears and insecurities are thy light. Awaken.
Aww. Are we around for this?
See you around, Del.
Whoa. That's a beefy boy! That's a big beefy boy!
Thank goodness! You're finally awake! You were passed out! Don't scare me like that! Not that I can blame you. After all that's happened.
Sir Basilio, there's magla flowing through him. I think it's the same as our power.
Wow, we did have another party member. It was him the whole time. Aww.
It's you lot from before.
They want to pay their respects for Fidelio.
Thank you. Thank you so very much.
Ardell. Funny, innit? Maybe this world's not so bad.
Thanks.
Thanks. Basilio, the badass bruiser, carries his brother's honor, has become your ally. What was that, like the berserker class or some shit?
By God, what in the world is that, lads? It struck down Santifex Forden right before our eyes. That's supposed to be impossible.
And Luis made sure it was a bloody spectacle, before an audience even. The bastard is making sport of it.
We must devise a plan. Otherwise, even if Luis does not sway our supporters, they may lose faith in the church.
Before all else, we must choose a successor, but they need not share Forden's strength.
I have brought her here.
You requested an audience? Assembled lords?
Rella, we must ask your support. Let me be direct. We would like you to enter the tournament as a formal successor to His Eminence Sanctifex Forden.
This girl? She is your plan?
Have you gone mad? I reject this proposal. If anyone is to succeed His Eminence, it should be me, as his trusted right hand.
Me!
Since strength alone means nothing. And without that, you have nothing worthy of the people's loyalty.
Rella, will you not speak? Surely you feel what they ask of you is beyond your station.
Well, that is...
You are wise beyond your years, Rella. Surely you understand. What the lost children need now is not a righteous avenger, but a refuge from their fears. The people would flock to a saint who dwells among her people. Already many would rejoice to see you rule as queen. Rella, will you answer their call?
This is all rather sudden.
Of course, you would have our full support. Naturally, we will make arrangements so that the tournament's next round turns in your favor.
Even so, I am unfit to be queen.
Allow me to clarify. This is not exactly a request.
Oh, damn.
Would you rather have that tyrant Luis become king?
Well...
You're becoming queen, and that's final.
Hey, sounds like we've got big news. I just heard from the pack of Sanctists. I figured they'd shove someone up to take Forden's place. But where it is, it'll be Saint Rella. Gonna be an announcement tomorrow.
The mourning for Forden's barely started, and they're already lining up his successor. And Rella, at that. Going for popularity over power, it seems.
They're getting careless. Though, thinking about it, maybe it's a smarter choice than it seems.
But, say Saint Rella wins against Luis, becomes proper queen and all gets to do what she wants. Doesn't that tidy this whole thing right up?
Yeah?
No, this can't be her own decision. Just the idea of being queen would put her stomach in knots.
Yeah.
The politicians must be trying to make her their puppet. Perhaps it was an order she could not refuse.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, she would become queen, but who would actually be in control? It would be them, not her, right? That's the point. Again, just like as she was as a saint, she'd be nothing more than a figurehead.
This isn't good. Probably not the best time to talk to her either.
But that's got to mean they're keeping the tournament going, right?
Then they'll probably announce the next challenge once Rella's candidacy goes public.
Either way, I don't like it. This is all escalating too fast for my tastes. All the support Forden had campaigned for will likely just go straight to Rella with hardly a dent. If Luis and the Sanctus Church are trying to reclaim the status quo as the two pillars of government, that'll be a tough lead to shake. After all, just lifting the curse isn't going to be enough to restore the prince to the throne.
Indeed. Luis versus Rella. Front-runner and runner-up with no ties to the royal family between them. Everyone will see plain that popularity's eclipsed royal right. His Highness himself will have to win this battle on the faith of the people, or his claim to the crown will never be acknowledged.
Besides which, Luis now knows that His Highness lives. His whereabouts have not been discovered, but the Kingslayer will take up the hunt.
So many obstacles. What do we do?
You have to keep trying to break the curse, but we also need to get people to support the prince's claim to the throne. Move forward. We need to buy time.
Well, I know one way to keep a VIP protected. A classic tactic, really. The military does it all the time. We use a body double. You're supposed to be a dead ringer for the prince, yeah?
Ah?
You mean he pretends to be the prince? That's absurd. You realize it's a capital offense to impersonate royalty.
Not a bad idea. As long as I don't find out, it's up to you.
I'm in. As long as they don't find out.
You can't just casually drop an "I'm in" on this.
Ardell was right about you being mental. I think we could pull it off, though. The prince has been gone ages. Nobody's in a position to point out differences.
Wait, just think about this. He's Elda, the royal family's Clamar, and have been for generations. His appearance would be the least of our worries.
If I may. His Highness the Prince lacks the Clamar horns. Some rumors suggested 'twas not some miraculous feature of the prince alone, but a mark of Elden blood.
Oh.
I've heard no confirmation either way myself, but at the very least, 'tis a tale any aristocrat is bound to have heard in passing.
In other words, with an elder claiming the prince's name and a known royal knight to vouchsafe him, we'd have enough plausibility to shake the nobles to their core.
Of course, all this means little, unless our double himself is willing. What say you?
Bizzle?
I am the prince. Was that believable?
Even this doesn't get to you? Sometimes I worry about you.
Your resolve has been
Shut up,
challenged
butthead.
many times over, and never have you strayed. I am humbled once more. I pledge my sword to this gambit.
Good. Then we declare ourselves tomorrow, where this announcement's going to take place. Seems like the optimal place to make sure we're heard.
I mean, I don't know how we're gonna get exactly away with this. I really look nothing like him, but maybe. But then again, it's been so long that a lot of people probably don't know what he looks like either.
Right then. Looks like I'll have to give the old girl a polish worthy of a prince. My cue as well. From here on, it's nose to the grindstone until my magnum opus is finished. Can't let the lad be the only one with his life on the line.
You gonna make this bitch fly, Nuras?
We have no clue what might happen in a situation like this, so once we're done with our preparations to the city, let's focus on tomorrow. But remember, the monks have their eyes on us. Let's keep shopping into the Blue Sky Bridge area and return to the runner at night.
Let's have a look here. Oh my god, Basilio! Oh my god, you're so much lower than everyone else! Holy shit! Wow. I guess that shows how, I guess, over-leveled I was at that point. Luis probably was meant to be much harder than he was, but because I was so close to him in level, he just did barely anything to me. Not to mention if I debuffed him and buffed myself. He still didn't really do that many moves though, you know? But seriously, holy shit, Basilio, you're so much weaker, man. It's insane. But I assume your strength, oh my god, yeah, we'll do that magic stat. It is a berserker class. Damn, is he having more strength than fucking Stroll? And incredibly high endurance as well. Tank man. Deal physical strike damage to one enemy's charge. Greatly increase caster's physical attack damage once per battle. Really? Is that the way it works in this game? Charge and concentrate or whatever? Or wait, are those the same thing? I don't even know anymore. Once per battle? Medium physical strike damage to all enemies. Sense of kinship. Increase attack by 10%. Further increases archetype. Okay. Decreases the attack and defense for all enemies for 3 turns. Nice. Frenzy. Heavy physical strike damage to all enemies 1 to 3 times. Synthesis. Rampage slash deal extreme physical damage to 1 enemy. Ignores resistance. That's nice. Extreme physical pierce damage to 1 enemy. Significantly increases their attack for 3 turns. Nice. Deals extreme physical damage to 1 enemy. Inflicts a 1-time weakness to strike. Also nice. Heavy physical strike damage to all enemies 1 to 3 times. Ignores. Wow, he's got some good shit. Ignoring resistances, inflicting 1-time weaknesses, and significantly decreasing attack. So Berserker can greatly increase its own attack power and overwhelm enemies with its very powerful strike attacks. Well, it's a good thing I got another archetype ring, right? All right, time to get all the classes now. Okay, so he only has a second form to this one. His magic is okay. It's not the worst thing. It actually seems like he might have he's more like a strength endurance guy, but it's not, his magic is complete bollocks that he can't actually use it as well. It's just that this class in particular is just all strength. Even more than the warrior. Well, I know my last social link's gonna be now.
Can't say I feel him as powerful as you lot look. Whatever I got, I know for sure it was Della gave it to me. Nothing easy about it, but I know that if I'm gonna be throwing around this power as your ally, I can't afford to mope.
Aw. Aw, it was so cute. Sad. You're alright for Ding Dong Doodly. You're alright in my book.
Damn it, all this stuff really ends.
Hey, are you okay? Are you hurt?
Pretty obvious what happened, no? Just have a carrot attacked by monsters. Just no one's gonna be much bothered by one more dead parapets lining the streets. Grateful at least to have a few like this as my last. The monolith, really is gorgeous. Wish you could have seen up closer. Things are going blurry.
The fuck? This guy just lying dead out here? We're just gonna leave him here? Apparently so. So what do we got here? Oh, interesting. It still shows Forden's head up here. That has not changed. Oh, I'm up to number 5 now, though. At some point during that, all that shit that happened, I went from, what was that, 8 before? To 5. There are now 1 drifting between fates.
Forset's going further rings to chaos. We need to choose our next steps carefully. Seems the candidate's bigger candidate's face is the one on the rack more qualified. What? So show Forden's face. Forden's face. It takes a while to process what happened. We're at the top. You have a huge following. Probably takes a while for the news of his death to reach everyone. Means Luis is practically in first place. One of the believers the Sanctus will support now. Wherever the case, looks like the confusion will continue for a while. Can't wait to see the next official rankings.
I don't get this at all. What the hell happened? Why's Lady Rella taking Forden's place? I won't fight Lady Rella if I can help it. But the Sanctus Church is jerking her around. I won't do something about it.
I see.
So, Rella was among the finest healers in the land, eh? She does have a natural grace and gentleness. Perhaps that's what won her the support of so many. Sanctism is a force to be reckoned with.
Now that you mention it.
There's a saying on the island where Magla is a mirror which reflects a person's heart. Forden's Magla was ominous and sinister. Hesitate to criticize the Sanctus Church. But how do they support such a man?
Why?
Rella is taking up Forden's candidacy. Rella's a bit of a pushover, you know? I bet she was pressured into it by the higher-ups of the church.
You see?
Tomorrow's a big day, and you shall need your rest. Rules or not, announcing that you are the prince will bring us no small share of hardship.
Indeed.
I always knew you were a gutsy one. I think you had it in you to claim yourself as the prince. Bravo, old chap. You know, this golden runner was originally commissioned for His Highness's exclusive use. I'll do what I can to make it worthy of him. Oh, Lord.
It started as a plan to take down Luis led to Forden's death. Now Saint Rella is a candidate in his stead. She would surely rule as a queen better than Luis would as king.
Yes, but would she really be the one ruling? All right, time for bed.
Good night.
Go to sleep!
Yeah.
Hey, you're looking like we're all set up for tomorrow. Got a minute then? Seeing as I've fallen in with you lot now, something I want to clear up.
When you want to read chapter of my book, it's a rite of passage here. Although technically, I think you guys already did that, or is it Fidel?
You. Just tell me this: you doing all this to save the poor prince, or are you doing it to save the country?
I want to save the prince. I want to save the country. It's the same thing.
I mean, it's ultimately the same thing either way.
No.
It ain't that simple.
Hey, mate.
If you want to save the country, you're playing a longer game. Got to actually win this race. So if you can't save the prince, you take his place. For good. That means if we win the tournament, you'll take the lie to your grave.
So...
I'm just saying. You declare yourself prince tomorrow, and everything changes for you, forever. You know that know what you're signing up for. I'm ready. I'm used to change. Won't change much.
Right.
I'm ready for it. Listen to you. Got guts, that's for sure.
Then...
Well, I'll tell you something myself. I'm not following you to go with the flow, alright? All to avenge Dell. Sure, I'm planning on hammering that bastard Luis into the ground, but I'm doing it for the dream. For a world where your birth don't decide your life. And if I'm gonna tag along, that's the world we're gonna live to see. I know it.
Leave it to me.
So just leave it to me, yeah? I got your back. As long as you're giving this everything you got, so will I. You got a deal, Captain?
Shake my hand, damn it. So Basilio off, who said he prefers sleeping in his stowage, and then returned to my bunk. So Basilio's awakening was the one awakening we had, was in the middle of like a boss fight. But it was a nice change of pace, you know? It was sweet. Moon! Hey, I see you! Hello! Hi!
It's that boy candidate. The one who betrayed Luis or killed him.
Boy!
Or something.
Hold on! I thought it was Sanctifex Forden who got killed.
I think it's both. But hard to say what actually happened.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
It's true what they say about Elda. Disaster follows them like an ill wind. Couldn't get a read on what kind of reputation we had before, but it seems worse than I thought.
Once we stand for His Royal Highness the Prince, that will surely change. We have to believe that.
St. Rella is here. The rumors were true.
Look at her walking.
Thank you all for joining me, even in the midst of this turmoil. I am Rella Cygnus of the Crown Theocracy. The reason I ask that you all gather here today is so that I may formally announce my succession to His Eminence, the late Sanctifex Forden. I know not if I am worthy, but under the teachings of the noblesse, I am determined to become a worthy king, a queen of this land.
The saint herself is to be our queen. Now we are safe.
Yes. Now we're not all gonna die.
For just jumping mid-race like that. Everyone seemed pretty annoyed when Luis did it.
The tournament's winner is not guaranteed the throne. Fairness was never really a fact. Whoever has the skill to exploit the standings will win.
Listen to that roar. I think I underestimated my sister's popularity. Even from here, I can feel her aura of magic. I suppose that's to be expected if she's the land's best mage healer.
From the looks of it, she's perfectly situated to pick up where Forden left off.
I object! Rella, you have no true experience in the political world. And you would rise to Sanctifex Forden's heights. Be worshipped as he was. I refuse. I have been loyal to God and His Eminence Forden my whole life. I am the only one worthy of his legacy.
Ah, fuck you, Godot! You fucking suck, you bitch!
Master Godot, truly I do see the truth in your words. However, this is also the will of the Crown Theocracy.
Friends gathered here, do you really believe such a person is fit to be queen? Once the nation has dissolved into chaos, it will be too late. Appoint me as champion of sanctism, and I will save you all.
Not sure about that. We know your name, but honestly, you don't have much in the way of real accomplishments.
The man has no charisma. If I had to choose, I'd rather follow Saint Rella. And I'll have it all.
I could drink a hefty beer with Rella, alright? She seems like the kind of person I want ruling this country.
And they say Sanctifex Forden killed the prince, too. If that's true, then I don't know if I'd trust his closest vassal with the throne.
Friends,
Is that Luis's gauntlet runner?
That was the moon coming over like, hey, do you hear what they said? Die, bitch, boom! At least walk around with this big stick.
As As usual, I find you all embroiled in pointless conflict.
What is your business here?
For the sake of those mired in your endless, fruitless squabbles, I have come to propose we give truth to this competition.
What truth?
The people's eyes have been opened. This entire tournament is a self-indulgent travesty of the Sanctus Church's making. First the king, and now you dogs of God. Why do you teach the people lies? You preach the true understanding is mutual and blind to the balance of power. Ignorant, willful or otherwise, to the sin and weakness that your lessons breed. Face the truth. Our world is lawless, and your efforts have done nothing to quell the chaos. It is time we were judged only by our abilities. Victory means nothing unless won by skill, and it is no less true for the throne.
Skill? What skill would you put on display?
I see no more reason to forbid the killing of candidates.
You would have the race decided by violence. And I suppose you believe yourself capable of personally reversing the king's magic? Impossible.
Oh, King! You have witnessed our trials, have you not? You have seen a divine relic used to defy your shield and claim lives!
I'm a big giant moo with no fucking capacity to think for myself, alright? Fuck off.
The lance rests in my hand. With its power, my victory is assured. But surely you would not see the race decided by such injustice. And neither would I. I will not give voice to the lie that this world is subject to any god's reign. Would you, O great king?
What is his aim? If he has the key to certain victory in his hands, why cast it aside?
Never takes what he doesn't win. That's Luis to the core. He means every word he says. When you're clawing up from the bottom and you hear him talk like that, you can't help but dream. And then you never realize. Only a madman claims lies and contradictions won't exist in their world.
Luis Guillerburn, what manner of life has this man lived to make him such a creature?
He says that, but with that lance, he could kill any candidate he pleases, couldn't he? He killed Sanctifex Forden, and now threatens Saint Rella. No! Your late majesty, please, speak!
Do not fear, my people. Even should Luis claim all the power he desires, I will not be so easily conquered. Even should our nation dissolve into anarchy, I will always stand to defend you.
Sister.
I expected little else of Forden's loyal pet. It seems there is more to the saint than vapid, empty benevolence. Come, O king! There can be no more doubt. The masses desire a truly fair battle. One waged without your shackles.
Huh? Oh shit, he coming.
Be this thy course. Thou wouldst rule by strength alone.
He's talking!
Like when he first rose.
I killed Forden, yet has my standing fallen at all? Surely you would know. This petty race limps forward, while the land is further flooded with anxiety and monsters. You have left us an age of strife. You are powerless to stop it. And in your place, fool king, I will restore the balance and right this land's wrongs!
So be it. They who remain seeketh a clash without hindrance. Very well. Now and hereafter, my magic shall no longer protect thee.
Ah. Okay. Interesting.
Face this as a trial renewed. If ye would be a true king, then I bid thee prevail.
No more King's magic to protect us.
You see that light just now?
The magla flow surrounding the candidates has disappeared. The protection of the magic is no more.
The royal magic protection is faded.
Then this lance of dragons is no more than an antique spear. Children lost in Sanctism's shadow, the fog of deception has finally cleared. There is no God. Think hard on your salvation, and whether you'll find it in prayer.
It's interesting. I wonder why he did that. It's just that he just doesn't want to win through means like that. He wants it to be like this true even match of power. He like has his own ideals that he sticks by. I don't know.
No. He would even deny us our prayer?
It's true. His Majesty has broken the spell. If it has come to this.
You know it was not I who laid the prince low. Which means that if you oppose me still, it is for the throne, and nothing more.
He's like, I didn't do it, so like you've no reason to be pissed at me anymore.
I can finally face the real you. A near-death invalid has no place upon the throne. The mere suggestion is ludicrous. You do well to follow the king's example and abandon the folly of your ideals.
To cast aside all we've fought for would accomplish nothing. We too strive for a vision. Luis, you will never take the throne. The rightful heir stands before you.
Hey y'all, it's me.
Look upon our candidate and know his true claim. He is the legitimate son of his late Majesty King Hythlodius V, last heir to the throne of Euchronia. His Highness, the Prince himself, has risen to vanquish evil. For his people, he defies the pain and suffering of the curse he endured.
His Highness the Prince? What? That's a lie. His Highness? He has already passed.
His Highness the Prince! They're mad, the lot of them. That boy's an Elda.
Indeed he is. 'Tis the very proof you seek. Anyone who truly knows His Highness himself will see what this means. Indeed. There is no denying it.
Rella!
Sister? I saw for myself when I personally treated His Highness. They'd warned me against revealing it to the public, but the time for discretion is past. His Highness the Prince has Elden blood coursing through his veins. His Majesty told me that the boy's birth mother was an Elder woman.
The Prince was an Elder?
Enough of this absurdity.
Damn.
You! The Prince! A bold gambit. To reveal yourself before both Rella and I. Indeed, I have no retort. After all, he's been dead so long. Nobody could say otherwise. Fine then. So be it. This marks the true battle between those who would fight for the throne. Wouldn't you say, Your Highness? Face your unworthy ideals and come to terms. I shall await at the royal capital to meet the one left standing.
With Luis in the lead, he no longer has to concern himself with the other candidates, especially those who aren't in direct challenge. Secure the abandoned Dracidios. Oh, cool. It's used for night class. Does that put me at 3? It sure does. My spores increased dramatically now that I've announced I am the prince, and I can't let the people down.
Rella, Forden's legacy is rightfully mine. It won't be long before this conflict turns violent. Do you really think you have what it takes to fend off Luis?
You were head of the guards and you failed to protect Santifex Forden. You want to talk? Please step down.
And you think yourself my better, do you? If it's a contest of strength you want, we can settle that right here.
No.
My magic. Nothing's happening. What's going on?
Oh, shit.
Please, do not cause further distress to the devout. I ask once more, stand down.
Is that her?
Did you see that? Those were thorned vines. But that's...
What? What?
Sister. Children of God, I know the burdens you bear. I see the fear and anxiety that weighs heavy upon you. But rest at ease, my beloved citizens. Sanctism is and shall ever be your fortress. Know that I will protect all of you. Pray with me now. Close your eyes.
What? Huh? Are we saying that she is the one that cursed the prince? What? Oh god, is she actually evil?
She's right. Saint Rella can even heal our country. As long as we believe in her, we shall know peace.
Saint Rella! Saint Rella! Closure.
Be careful. I sense Magla. There's something beyond rhetoric in her words. There's definitely magic there. Sister! What have you done to everyone?
I'm lifting their fears and anxieties. I can take yours too. With enough devotion, you can lock your anxieties away and they shall never trouble you again. Sanctifex Forden saw sanctism as only a tool. A means to exploit the people, abuse his authority, and mask injustice as piety. And yet, even then, did this twisted form of sanctism save no unfortunate souls? What makes salvation true? Luis claims that there is no God, that true equality is only earned in pitiless competition. Are the believers fools to fear his words?
Saint Rella.
I will save the people of this land in the truest sense. They shall live with no worries, no anxieties. Now and forevermore.
But through magic? You forced the fears out of their very hearts. 'Tis no salvation to strip them of free thought.
Perhaps not. But this country has bled them of it for too long. Besides, what makes you any more fit to speak of rightness? You claim he is the prince. The real prince is surely at death's door, isn't he? After all, your efforts did nothing to lift the curse. I've told you before. The prince's curse was crafted to perpetually draw upon the caster's magic. I know he suffers, because I yet live.
What the fuck? What is this heel turn? What is going on? Why are you suddenly evil now?
Wait. Surely you can't mean... No. You healed His Highness. It was only by virtue of your presence that he survived that night.
Oh, was I not clear enough? Allow me to clarify. On that night, it was my back that your blade carved across.
This isn't good. There's magic flooding this place.
Keen senses indeed, to be capable of seeing all this.
No! Why? Sister, you can't have! You were only 12 summers old then.
I was. And Luis was only a boy. All the better for any witnesses to suspect him of the crime. Yet I was interrupted in casting. What would have been a fatal curse became something unorthodox and incomplete. A spell with no formula. Even I could not dispel it. All you can do now is kill the caster. As heiress to the Sanctus Church's legacy, I will never hand over the royal scepter. Not to Luis, nor to you. Juna, I will await you amidst our dearest memories. Find me where the failures of the Sanctus Church lie buried. A place I'm sure you know well.
Isn't that a...
Halt! I will not let you escape. You've ruined everything. The church, my authority, everything.
I feel like... I think this is bait. I mean, I think she did do this. I think she was ordered by Forden probably to do this for him. Used by him to do it. But I think that what she's doing here, like sort of acting like seem just like having a sudden change of personality, and she's like I'm fucking evil, I'm gonna use my magic to make everyone happy by forcing them and everything, and then just seeming to just like, yes, I did it. I think she's literally trying to bait us into killing her. Because I think she just said it, what she just said there is important. She's like, I didn't complete the curse, so there's no formula for it. I literally can't undo it. The only way it's gonna go away is I have to die. And she knows if she's like her usual self, right? Or who we thought she was, then it would be hard to bring us to kill her. So she's gonna play the role of the bad guy so that we can kill her and then actually save the prince. But I think this is not, I think she's putting on a little bit of a show here.
You will never leave this city alive. I am Guido, of the warrior monks, and in God's name, I condemn thee!
Hi.
They're calling in the cavalry! We've got incoming runners, plural! We need to get out of here!
Okay. Bye. Get to the chopper.
Norris, swiftly!
Lost it, I know!
Oh shit, we're about to fly, maybe?
With this cliff here!
What about the teleportation? That takes time we don't have!
We've got nowhere to go but up into the sky!
So we do. Then, that's what we'll do. We
Oh,
fly!
fuck. Here we go.
Wait, you're saying... I finished preparations long ago. Time was something I had in surplus.
Then?
But if it fails, it's curtains for us. We all die here.
He's about to leap off this bridge that had just this random end to it.
I trust you.
We're dead if we don't move either way. I agree. This speaks true.
Just take us up
Time to
already.
fly like a fucking bird.
Well before, right? Except me.
Eurus! Is this not your dream? Then
Better
bring it
do
to
this,
life.
you motherfucker.
Here and now!
I'll do it. I'll take you with me. Beyond the sky!
Sky!
What the?
Not yet. Trust your technology, Eurus. It's time.
Do it. Wings! Wah! Bird ship!
Let's fly!
Possible. It can fly.
It can fly! It can fly! It can fly! It can fly!
We're flying like a bally bird with wings and all. Did you not see that? How do you like that?
How do you like them apples?
This might take some getting used to.
Take that, world! I've really done it! Look at her! That's my
More like sky flyer. Cool. Where the fuck are we going?
After that drop, I thought we'd die, even if we didn't crash. Now that we're past the worst of it, it's actually smoother than I thought.
A bit of faith, my dear.
You're telling me that tiny patch is the city? It's like a child's toy. Seeing it like this, it's easy to imagine the people as little dots, huddling together in fear.
Phew, that was terrifying. I'm just glad it flew okay. Don't you think?
I knew it would work. It was a gamble. Are you flying anyway?
Aren't you flying already? Why should you be worried?
What's that supposed to mean?
Ha! Don't go poking the bear fairy, my lad. Really, I'd never have done this without you giving me the push I needed. Thank you.
So, about our next move.
We must pursue Rella as soon as possible. His Highness is running out of time.
Where did she say she was going? Where the failures of the Sanctus Church lie buried?
My guess is the Mage Academy, or what remains of the place. Nobody goes near it now. I was a student there myself once.
You don't say. No wonder you're so knowledgeable about magic.
For a dropout, I suppose.
The Royal Mage Academy, then. 'Twas known as the finest school in the kingdom for magic research.
Lady Juna, I've got to ask. What was St. Rella like back in your school days? The way she was acting earlier, all cold? That the real hair?
No! It can't be. I don't want it to be. Maybe I just never knew the real her. That was the first I've ever seen her like that myself.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I think that is her putting on a show. I think that Rella has been used by the church for her whole life, literally. And even in that moment. So she was like, but she needs to convince them, because she's like, that's the only way that we're going to be able to stop the curse, is her death.
I keep thinking, if she'd just quietly taken over for Forden, we could have helped each other out. Even if she inherits the Sanctifex's authority, she's nothing like Forden. She'd never want to hurt anyone. That's not her. I thought she wasn't like that. Now she's saying she was part of this conspiracy? She attacked the prince? No, it doesn't make any sense.
Then we've got to get to her fast as we can. We know where she is, yeah? You just gotta tell her everything you just told us.
That would be prudent, yes. But Captain, a reef for your thoughts, lad. If she is truly the culprit, then the curse will persist so long as she lives. This means we will have to kill her. Are you up to the task?
Hell yeah! After killing Luis and then turn on not killing Luis, I got a taste for blood.
Yes. I'm prepared for that.
Juna, would you prefer to stay behind?
I can't afford to. If at the last minute I can't face it, then you can leave me where I stand. I'm prepared enough for that.
Lady Juna.
What's the matter? It's plain to see something's bothering you.
Oh, no. It's nothing specific. It's just that something's felt wrong somehow, ever since I sensed the Saint's Magla. I'm sorry, it's hard to explain. Please pay me no mind.
Yeah, she sees her putting on a show too. Ooh, new song.
I marked the location of the Mage Academy ruins on the map. Rella will be waiting for us when we land. I don't want to come to this. We'll be ready for a fight.
Prepare for battle. I should check the location on the map. Ooh, all right, guys. This seems like a good spot to end things here for now. My God, so much plot. Jesus, so much plot. Even more plot than I was expecting. Good God. My prediction though about like the main story kicking in was definitely not wrong in that regard. Well, I wasn't exactly right about some of the plot elements there. Yeah, that was Zorba. Damn though, fucking hell. Shit is getting fucking crazy pants, guys. It's really funny too. Like I'm sort of like not sure yet how I feel about plot elements. Like I sort of almost like I've sort of hit this point where like I need to see where it takes us, you know, before I know whether this was like a good plot choice for things or not, you know? Like I'm not immediately like, oh, this was like I think this is all perfect and great, and I mean, I'm finding it interesting at least. I'm not bored, but at the same time also like I also feel like this trajectory that we're going on could end in a not satisfying way, right? Like it really depends, can they stick the landing with what they've done here? But I am glad that Luis is not dead. I do think it's a little bit of a stretch that he survived that. A little bit of a stretch. That he was stabbed in the chest twice, fell from hundreds of feet in the air, and then just, yeah, he was fine. His heart, I guess, was still beating. It's like, Zorba didn't even, I guess, use anything on him. He was just like, yeah, he was just still alive. Little bit of a stretch. I don't know how, I almost wish Zorba had done something, even just a little bit. It's like, nah, Luis is just built different, I guess. I don't know. Too crazy to die. But anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoy this episode. If you did, please leave a like and a favorite and subscribe if you're not already become a picky penguin. All aboard the SLP, where the days are always sunny and the vids are always funny. And as always, guys, till next time, stay classy.